Hello and welcome to Yasir Usman to Tiffin Talks. Thank you for joining us, Yasir. I hope you found time between writing all your bestsellers,
Thank,
and it's such a difficult time as well. I think your books give people a lot of joy and a lot of comfort. So thank you very much.
thank you so much for saying that, Kaveri, and coming from someone whose work I have respected and admired a lot. The writing on cinema and films that you're doing. Yes, thank you so much for having me on your show. Thank you.
Not at all. I wanted to start with your latest book, Guru Dutt. It's such a fine book, and I think you put in a lot of work in it. But really, the star of the book is Geeta Dutt, and you feel what a wonderful person she was, what wasted potential. Talk a little about finding Geeta Dutt in the Guru Dutt story.
Thank you for asking this question, Kaveri, because basically the idea of writing this story came because Geeta Dutt's voice was missing from all the previous books. I mean, she was talked about as a star singer, of course, but her contribution to Guru Dutt's filmography and Guru Dutt's success was
Right.
immense, and her voice was missing. One maybe because she never gave any interviews. I couldn't find any interview of Geeta Dutt, a question answer interview. Or for that matter, there was not even a single Guru Dutt interview.
Right.
It's just one essay, that Cash and Classics. Otherwise, all their voices are missing, and more so in terms of because Guru Dutt became very popular 2 decades after his death. So there
Hmm.
were many books written about Guru Dutt. There were retrospectives held throughout the world, but Geeta Dutt kind of she got lost in that story.
Yeah.
So when I started talking with Guru Dutt's sister, Lalita Lajmi ji, and the conversation kept veering towards Geeta Dutt. Like all my
Right.
questions, Geeta Dutt was there was something about Geeta Dutt in all my questions about Guru Dutt. So this became very important. I said when they got married, she was the bigger star. Guru Dutt was the struggling
Right.
filmmaker. It remained for a while. She was like, I have written in my book. I don't want to use that word, but I couldn't find a better word. Geeta Dutt was the trump card in Guru Dutt's team.
Yeah.
Uh, all his previous films, be it R Par, be it Mr. and Mrs. 55, uh, they became very famous. They became successful because Geeta Dutt was the solos of Geeta Dutt. They were immensely popular. But later on, when they got married, Guru Dutt actually told, that's what Guru Dutt's sister told me, that Guru Dutt told Geeta Dutt that of course you will continue singing in films. After they got married, an year or two after their marriage and a few kids, Guru Dutt started telling her that we have such a big house, we have a studio, successful films, money. Why do you need to sing? So it was also paradoxical, this entire narrative. Also because Guru Dutt in his films has always shown very strong female characters and working women,
Exactly.
right
And
from and progressive,
professional.
and professional women, right from if you go if you watch that song R Pa, na,
Yeah.
the first films from Guru Dutt Films Private Limited, the first title song. So they are not singing. The hero and heroine are not singing that romantic song. There's someone working on a construction site. That's a working
Right.
woman. Right from that
Right.
film to say Kagas Ke Phool, she was a teacher actress. Pyasa, she
Right.
was a sex worker. Mr. and Mrs.
Right.
55, she was an educated progressive girl. So there was complete switch from that in his real life. And that was a major conflict between him and Geeta Dutt. And that kind of continued. And there were other tracks also. Wahida Ji was a track.
Right.
That his Guru Dutt not giving time to his family life, uh, uh, like constantly living in studio, sleeping in studio. So there were many factors, and maybe he was going through some mental issues. It was never diagnosed, like his sister told me, but there was definitely, because there were multiple suicide attempts.
Hmm.
I Someone actually from Bombay called me up and asked me that what was the need of this book? We all know Guru Dutt's story and Gita Dutt's story. So my answer to this question, in fact, is that I wanted to tell the story that was running parallel to the story of his classic films. While he was making those classic films, he was going through hell in his personal life. Despite that, despite those multiple suicide attempts, he was able to create these masterpieces. That was the story I wanted to tell, and it was slightly personal.
Yeah. And Yasir, I agree with you because, we tend to worship our great men and we don't want to look at their flaws.
Yeah, yeah.
And when they also write about themselves, they tend to underplay their own faults. Even a great director or a great actor like Devanand, when you read his autobiography, there's so much that he doesn't say.
That's true.
For
That's true.
instance, his relationship with Tina Kaman, he barely touches upon it. It's only when she, in a sense, goes to Raj Kapoor, betrays him with Raj Kapoor, that he finally says, oh, he was about to propose to her. But a lot of great artists can be monsters in their personal life. And we don't like to look at that.
Hmm,
So, was there a sense when the book came out that a lot of, and Guru, that fans are fanatics.
hmm, hmm, hmm,
Did
hmm.
they feel that, oh, why did you have to do this? As you said, what was the need for another book? Why did you have to talk about how miserable Geeta that? But she
But
was
she was, but
miserable.
she was, and she
Ah,
was a great artist in her own right.
right.
Why don't we agree to that? Also, I don't know, I should use the word monster or not, but definitely a flawed genius. And a genius could be with flaws. We have to accept this fact. Like
Right.
also, if I go back to my first film, first book, Kaveri, which was the biography of Rajesh Khanna, uh, uh,
Right.
he passed away, and then I started writing the book. I covered his funeral and made a documentary on him. A lot of people told me that in our society we don't talk ill of the dead, and that is
Yeah.
that's hampering your story, because it doesn't make you less of a superstar. It doesn't make you
Yeah.
less of a genius in terms of Guru Dutt. He created those classics. No one can take it away from him. But there is also a story of Geeta Dutt. He contributed to his cinema, so it is very important to tell that story, and that was that's what I wanted to do. And I was very skeptical when I started talking to Guru Dutt's sister, because it really became very personal, those conversations. And initially she said that you shouldn't write about it, but later on, when we continued talking over phone call, because it was lockdown last year, and then when it was over, I went to Bombay and we had a few meetings. She kind of said everything on record. She said, I may not be able to live that longer, and it may never come out, but yeah, my brother told her constantly that no, I don't want you to sing for producers outside my banner. You should sing only for Guru Dutt Films Private Limited. She actually said that, and she said ke, she used to come to me because she was very close to me, and she used to cry कि तुम्हारा भाई मुझे करने नहीं दे रहा, ये तो हमारी बात ही नहीं हुई थी कभी। जब हमारी शादी हुई
Yeah.
थी, इसने मुझसे वादा किया था कि मैं गाती रहूंगी जैसी मैं हूं, और ये खुद स्टार बन गया और मेरा तो स्टारडम चला गया. So these kind of ये Gurudutt's, this aspect of Gurudutt I have never read about. We
Right.
kind of we idol he was kind of an idol. uh, what I want to say, like you said, they are fanatics, Gurudutt fanatics, and they don't want to listen to anything else except the greatness of Gurudutt, which will remain even after this book or even after this story of Geeta Dutt. But definitely there were flaws, and I don't think there's anything wrong in talking about flaws. Genius people can have flaws.
Right. Yasir, the problem with a lot of biographies, a lot of film biographies, is that the lack of material. I mean, eventually one has to go to the film magazines of that period, or of course, you have to study their films. That's, of course, there. But a lot of people, even people who are around them, don't necessarily tell you exactly what was going on. And you have to check, cross check constantly.
Hmm,
What are
hmm,
the challenges that you face? Say when you were writing
hmm,
Rajesh Khanna's biography
hmm, hmm,
or Rekha's biography. what were the challenges that you faced constantly in your writing of these biographies?
Because they are unauthorized biographies, one, they're very scared to talk. It's a closed community, you know it,
Right.
entire Bollywood. So in terms of Rajesh Khanna, it was very fresh that he just passed away. So people were ready to talk. People were ready to talk about his greatness. But initially, the project started as the last 20 years of his life, when he was not the superstar, when he was a lonely
Right.
man and no one was offering him
Very,
films. You know, that I
yeah.
wanted to write about that aspect of his life, the loneliness of a superstar. But then it became a biography. There were many people from his family in Punjab also. There were certain tracks which I wanted to follow. But the most annoying thing was कि आप क्या लिखने जा रहे हैं?
Huh.
क्या लिखेंगे आप? तो जो आप कहेंगे वो लिखूंगा ना, मतलब this gentleman has worked with you, you know, he was a co-star or you're a producer or a director, he has worked with you. Tell me whatever you want to tell. You said क्या आप personal लिखेंगे? I said if you want to tell me personal, I'll write personal. It depends upon what material you give, you know, you talk about. So और वो यकीन नहीं होता था उनको जब मैं इतना सिंपल आई नॉर्मली से कि नहीं नहीं मुझे कोई सवाल नहीं पूछना, आप इनके बारे में लिखना चाहते हैं, आप डिम्पल जी के बारे में, मैंने कहा नहीं, आपके साथ उन्होंने फिल्म की है, यू वांट टू टॉक अबाउट दैट फिल्म, यू वांट टू टॉक अबाउट हाउ प्रोफेशनल ही वाज, यू वांट टू टॉक अबाउट हाउ गुड और बैड एक्टर ही वाज, आई एम ओके विद दैट, बट टॉक. So and in other books also, like in case of Sanjay Dutt's book, a lot of people, like I went to Bombay at least 7 times, and there were like 3 trips to Bombay which were completely useless. I used to call them up, you know, co-stars, filmmakers, and aajo, and then when I reached there, they will never take my calls. It actually happened. They don't want to talk
Oh,
about it. They don't want to talk about it. So in that scenario, and where even the subject is not ready to talk, I had to go back to the archives because, for example, if you take Sanjay Dutt's story, he was a drug addict in early 1980s, and he doesn't want to talk about much. I interviewed Sanjay Dutt, but he doesn't want to talk uh, uh, about his drug phase in detail. So I had to go back to the coverage, you know, newspapers, film magazines, and I kind of decided to stick to his interviews and not, because film journalism was vibrant in those times. There were like scoops and scandals and cover stories, but you know, you can mention those stories, but to take the story forward, I wanted to take their voice. So a Sanjay Dutt or a Rajesh Khanna talking about themselves. Rajesh Khanna talking about the phase when he tried to commit suicide, when his films were not doing well, and Amitabh Bachchan had become the superstar. So those from those statements coming from that state of mind, that was very fresh. Say in 1973, 1974, it gives a very important twist to those stories. It becomes very personal. And when I was growing up, like I said, I loved that kind of film journalism. There was good things happening, not just because the journalist was better, also because the film stars were more accessible. They were like if I have to reach Priyanka Chopra or Deepika Padukone and Ranveer Singh these days, I have to go through at least seven to eight walls, and even if I reach them at every level, they will like, you know, edit my questions. Ye mat puchna, ye nahi puch sakte aap. So, like, if you want to write a biography of Ranveer Singh, say 10 years later, it would be impossible.
Yeah.
Or it would be so whitewashed and so plastic that who would want to read it?
Exactly.
These human flaws makes you more interesting. You know, why do you want to say, for example, this film Sanju? It's a well-made film in terms of a masala film, but why do you call it an why do you call it a biopic? Because we, the audiences accepted Sanjay Dutt despite everything.
Exactly.
You know, he went to jail and Khalnayak became this like mammoth blockbuster. It was not because कि अच्छा वो जेल चला गया हम फिल्म नहीं देखेंगे, नहीं, वो जेल चला गया, he like kind of projected that that kind of masculinity, bad boy. और वो देख रहे हैं हिंदुस्तान की masses उसको. He was, and when he came out of jail, Munna Bhai MBBS became so successful. People accepted him even after that. Then why do you want to hide it? And why do you want to blame it on media that I
So that
suffered
was the
because of media?
stupidest.
So
That
I
was
don't
the
understand.
stupidest thing in the film, you know.
And he became angry. I don't know if you remember when my Sanjay Dutt book came, he said, no, I never allowed him, I never authorized him to write. So I
Yeah,
just replied that you don't have to authorize me. I have covered your
yeah.
case. We no. So just go through the book. It has got like 60 pages ka notes after the book. You don't have to do this. So such sunna nahi hai. But I am interested in their journey as a human being also. कि despite all their flaws, राजेश खन्ना जैसा superstar नहीं हुआ, like 15 films non-stop blockbusters. It has never happened before. और उसके बाद जाहिर है, when you go up, you have to come down. So you're not interested in telling that story or listening to that story either. So it becomes difficult. But like I said, it was easier to write these stories because they happen in times when the film journalism was more vibrant. If you want to write about the film stars of today, it will be very, very difficult. I don't think it'll be interesting stories either.
I agree with you. You know, when you read the magazines of the 70s and 80s, forget the masala stories. Even the interviews were so frank and candid, as you said. And, you know, they really, you think, and some of those stars are still around. And
Yeah,
you
yeah.
think, ye wahi log hai.
हाँ, ये
You
वही
know,
लोग
it's
हैं.
so sad.
Everything is so airbrushed now. और वो तब तो क्या हो रहा था कि वो एक ब्रेकअप होता था तो the boyfriend will give an interview saying
Stardust mein hai.
ब्रेकअप के लिए and in next issue the girlfriend will come कि अच्छा नहीं वो झूठ बोल रहा था इसलिए हमारा ब्रेकअप हुआ. So it was actually interesting, fun to read and also on record.
Yeah,
है ना. और तब डर नहीं था ये कि अच्छा ठीक है बोल दिया तो बोल दिया. How does it matter? ऐसी तो दुनिया में होता है. बोल दिया तो क्या हुआ.
bilkul.
So right from film stars to politicians to cricket stars, now everything is so airbrushed. No one wants to talk to the media. तो कैसे कहानियां होंगी?
इसीलिए आई थिंक योर बुक्स आल्सो स्ट्राइक अ कॉर्ड समवेयर कि सच बोल रहे हैं आप कि बाकी लोग तो PR कर रहे हैं but you are telling the truth, so I think that's why they strike a chord.
I don't know. Maybe Kaveri, or also like जब रेखा वाली आई तो a lot of even my friends told me यार इसमें बहुत gossip भर दिया तुमने. I said मैंने नहीं भरा है. These are
Published stories.
Rekha's published
Exactly.
interview. So it gives you a picture of how Rekha was, how she has evolved. So you evolve through your statements. ये सब जगह होता है. If you write a political biography, जब कोई आदमी politics में आता है, वो एक तरह से होता है. And after 10 years, in a decade or two, he or she evolves. That's how your life journey is. तो अगर वो statements दे रही थी which were extremely bold in the early 1970s, you may find them gossipy now, but it is her statements. You cannot deny them.
Yeah, and I don't understand this distinction between film scholarship and film gossip.
वो
If
मुझे कभी
something,
समझ में नहीं आता. Yeah, you're right.
let's talk a little about it because a lot of people have this hang up. Nee, this is a serious book. This is a popular book. What exactly do they mean? They mean that this is a book that has the that has film magazines as the source, and this is a book that has cinema as the source. Why can't you have a book that has both as the source?
That is both. I completely agree. Film magazine as the source. Film stars were talking to the film magazines. They were not talking to political magazines. So film magazines have to be the source. One, and number two. See, you talk about Guru like when he was alive. It is very shocking that while I was researching on Guru Dutt, there is not even a single Guru Dutt interview. No one was covering him. Like even after making Pyasa was a commercial success first. It was a huge hit in 1957. But no one, Guru Dutt was not on the cover of say a film fair or Film India. He was not talked about. Even when he made Kaagaz Ke Phool, which was a big film, which was the first CinemaScope film of India, every XYZ, even smaller stars, even a Pradeep Kumar was on Filmfare cover. But Guru Dutt was not on the Filmfare cover, even while he was making these wonderful films. Why? I don't know. I don't have an answer to this. Maybe he never wanted to talk to the media, or maybe the press was ignoring him, the press of the 1950s. That's a different subject. So he became popular after 20 odd years in early 1980s. Even then, people are talking about Guru Dutt even now. He's been taught in different film schools as if he was making these films for artists and only for film schools. No, that's completely wrong. He was primarily a commercial filmmaker. Commercial success was very important for him. If you read the
Right.
book, there are so many conversations of Guru Dutt where he is talking about कि यार मैंने कागज के पुल बनाई, लोगों की समझ में ही नहीं आई, मैं क्या करूं, है ना? तो मतलब he is heartbroken because uh, it was a disaster. Not he
Right.
was not happy कि मैंने बहुत बढ़िया फिल्म बनाई तो नहीं भी चली तो how does it matter? No. He was very particular about a successful film. In Guru Dutt Films Private Limited, it was a rule they followed, that one artistic commercial film and one hardcore commercial film.
Yeah.
So they'll make a CID with Pyasa. So
Right.
he kind of followed. He was a commercial filmmaker, and we hate the word commercial. Whatever you read about Guru Dutt, all previous books, all previous accounts, all essays on Guru Dutt, all films that talk about his technical finesse, no one uses this word called commercial. I don't know why. What is so wrong with the commercial filmmaker?
Exactly.
But he made artistic film. No one is denying that. You can make commercial artistic films. A lot of filmmakers are doing that even now in the West also. They make artistic films. They make brilliant, technically brilliant films. Yet they are commercially successful. What is so wrong in that? So this I'm facing this question since very long. कि नहीं तुम commercial लिखते हो और तुम academic नहीं लिखते हो. So I said, boss, I don't understand this demarcation. In case of Guru Dutt, like I said, I wanted to tell the making of those films, yet the story, the personal story that ran parallel to it. How, if you are, attempting suicide, you want to finish your life, that kind of mindset. He did that at least 3 4 5 times, like 3 and 4 are on record, but more like Lalita ji told me that there were more suicide attempts. He was continuous, even while the first suicide attempt was while he was making Pyasa, and then Kagaz Ke Phool, and then Sahib Bibi Aur Ghulam. So he was going to just try to understand the mindset of a person, that he doesn't want to live. He's trying to end his own life. Yet he is making these classics. वो मतलब रात में मरने की कोशिश कर रहा है और सुबह जाके शूट करता है इतने अच्छे शूट. It is mind boggling. It is like beyond genius. It is beyond genius. So we talk only about the genius of his films. We are not talking about, because it is also a story of mental issues. He was definitely going through, like Lalita ji, when he said कि मैं बहुत साल तक परेशान रही. He used to call me at night even after his suicide attempts, and we wanted to know what's going on in his mind. तो वो मुझे बुला लेते थे रात को 1 बजे फोन आया, and we were like very scared कि अभी तो कुछ हुआ है, फिर से कुछ ना कर ले. So I and my husband would run to his house, and तो वो ड्राइंग रूम में बैठते थे, हम लोग भी बैठे रहते थे, and he used to be खामोश for like an hour. फिर हम पूछते थे क्या हुआ इसे, और बच्चे कैसे हैं, काम कैसा चल रहा है. Then he used to make tea, खुद उठ के चाय बनाते थे और हम चाय पी के आ जाते थे, कोई बात ही नहीं करते थे कभी. So after his third suicide attempt, the doctor suggested that you should hire a psychiatrist. So he said कि हमारे पास उस वक्त ये awareness थी नहीं. So but we called a psychiatrist. He came home. He had a conversation with Guru Dutt for an hour or so. And then he came out, उसने कहा कि 500 रुपए, and which was a huge amount in 1961, 62. And he said, I and my elder brother Atmaram laughed कि यार ये तो बातें करने के 500 रुपए ले गया. And we never called him again. So she laughed, and then she said कि यार but then I realized after he passed away कि हम लोग को कुछ पता ही नहीं था. And then when I was writing this book, it was 2020 when I wrote the last part of the book. It was locked down, and then Sushant Singh Rajput happened, and I was writing those, daily packages on Sushant Singh Rajput, and I realized that nothing has changed.
Exactly.
When we talk about, even in media, when we talk about mental issues, we have no clue. We had no clue in the 1960s. We had no clue in 2020. So nothing has changed. And her sister cried. She had tears in her eyes. I could have saved him. I could have saved him. You know, the film history could have been different. He
Yeah.
could have made more brilliant films. गीता दत्त भी बच सकती थी क्योंकि वो वहां से जो शुरू हुआ एक डाउनफॉल व्हेन गुरुदत्त went away. She became an alcoholic and then she died of liver cirrhosis. वो पूरी फैमिली जिस तरह सफर की, अगर वो हम एक साइकेट्रिस्ट को बुला देते कुछ भी हो जाता, it could have changed the course of Indian cinema also. And it is actually a very important statement कि
Right.
सब कुछ बदल सकता है, but it was also story. We don't talk about it. We only talk about his technical aspect, technical finesse, his song picturization, which is very important. I say, but when you're talking about a genius who was going through such hell in his personal life, and parallelly at the same time he was creating Kaagaz Ke Phool and Sahib Bibi Aur Ghulam and Pyasa. You have to talk about both the stories.
Right. And yet, Yasir, when, as you said, there wasn't much in terms of Guru Dutt, in terms of his own voice. So, of course, you spoke to the people around him. But even when you look for that voice, so where do you go for those magazines? Because even those are so spread out, and not everybody gives you access. So, how do you get access to those film magazines, for instance?
Kaveri, it is a long process, definitely. Like for 70s magazines of the 1970s, there's a very nice archive, film archives of India, Pune wala. But when you have to go back, say 1950s or 40s or 60s, there are collectors. These magazines are being passed from generation to generation.
Right.
So someone I know had, Urdu collection of this Urdu magazine called Shama, which became Sushma later. कि नहीं हमारे तो दादा ने दिया था, हमारे तो पापा ने दिया था, आप देख लो. But sometimes because there was this small network, I used to be a quizzer, a Bollywood quizzer during my college days. So they were many collectors I know. So they have their own small network. So it works that way. Sometimes you reach proper material, and there is a time frame to it. That I wanted to write the story of Meena Kumari. I got much material, but there was certain blanks which and people are not ready to talk about her. There are people who are very close to Meena Kumari, but they are not accessible.
People like Gulzar and Dharmender, वो कभी बात नहीं करते.
कभी नहीं करते. मुझे लगता है कर लेनी चाहिए. मतलब जैसी मैं कहता हूँ कर लेनी चाहिए, तो सब लोगों को लगता है कि नहीं, they should talk. कितना personal था. नहीं, it is not about that.
Yeah, it's about
if you know someone,
one of the greatest film stars ever.
If you cannot talk properly about someone, who will? मतलब गुलजार साहब से ज़्यादा खूबसूरती से कौन बयान कर पाएगा? So I hope at some stage he writes about but when I was like researching, कुछ बीच का साल थे जो missing थे. I couldn't get the research. In terms of Guru Dutt also, at one point I said कुछ भी नहीं मिला. There is not even a single interview. And not just my book, all other books of Guru Dutt, all other accounts on Guru Dutt are through the memories of people and associates and family and friends of Guru Dutt. So Guru Dutt की voice तो है ही नहीं, किसी भी किताब में नहीं. So Lalita Lajmi's voice became very important because for the first time she was ready to talk about the personal aspect of Guru Dutt. So it became really important. She was talking about Geeta Dutt, and there are like I cannot talk that on record, but there are certain stories that she had told me, and which is like recorded stories. जहां पर मुझे लगा कि नहीं, ये ज्यादा हो जाएगा, इसकी जरूरत नहीं है. It doesn't add anything to the story, and these are definitely sounding gossipy, and it may not be in good taste. So I had to remove those stories. So it is up to your judgment as a writer what exactly you want to include in your account. But there were certain issues. So Wahida Rehman is there in the book. What's wrong? If you can write about something gracefully, why not? I don't understand this personal professional thing. If anything is on record and in public domain, why can't you write about it?
And she has never denied it.
Yeah, she's never denied it.
Yeah. So if she had at any point denied something openly, you could have then said, okay, let's not write this. But
that's not right.
She's never done it.
And she was the lead actress of all his films.
So how can you not write about it?
Yeah. Yeah, the same question I said कि सब लोग अच्छा आपने रेखा की किताब लिखी तो आपको बच्चन साहब के बारे में लिखने की क्या जरूरत थी तो I said no,
अच्छा,
this is not about just Amitabh Bachchan, like you are limiting Rekha to Amitabh Bachchan because you're only asking questions about Amitabh Bachchan.
yeah,
The book doesn't begin with Amitabh Bachchan at all. It begins with something else. Of
yeah.
course, there will be Amitabh Bachchan chapter. Professionally, they are an immensely successful jury. You have to talk about them. She herself has talked about it. Mr. Bachchan has talked about it. Why? How is her story complete without that mention? I don't understand that.
What was Rekha's reaction to the book?
I don't know. I haven't met her after the book was published, but there was nothing from her, so I would take it positively. It did very well. Yeah, that's one book I get mails about. They still find my inbox and they're like extreme reactions to the book. Even Rajesh Khanna. I never realized. I grew up. Being an Amitabh Bachchan fan, early 80s was all about Amitabh Bachchan. Rajesh Khanna was no more the superstar. So I never understood the impact of Rajesh Khanna's superstardom. So
Oh,
I get mails के पेज नंबर 123 में आपने लिख दिया है कि अमिताभ बच्चन ने नमक हराम में बेटर एक्टिंग. How can you do that? So people are angry about it. So I said नहीं मैंने नहीं लिखा है. There's someone's quote, some filmmaker's quote who's talking about his downfall and Amitabh Bachchan's rise. So I have to answer back, but I have never seen a fan following more stronger than Rajesh Khanna. So Salim Khan wrote in my, he's on record while writing the foreword to the Rajesh Khanna book. He says कि यार मुझसे आके लोग बोलते हैं कि अरे वाह वाह सलीम साहब आपका बेटा तो इतना बड़ा सुपरस्टार आज तक हुआ ही नहीं. So he said कि मैं मुस्कुराता हूँ because मैंने यहीं पर 100 meters आगे कार्टर रोड पे ना वो कहते थे कि उनके सामने समंदर था उनके घर के सामने आशीर्वाद के सामने और वो अगर उस साइड से उनके गेट तक सड़क पार करनी होती थी तो वो कहते थे कि घंटा लग जाता था 1 घंटा. इट वाज दैट मच. ही सेड कि नहीं उससे बड़ा कुछ हुआ ही नहीं. देयर इज अ स्केल. जब समंदर में तूफान आता है तो वो स्केल लगा दिया जाता है कि इस यहाँ तक गई थी एक वेव. ही सेड राजेश खन्ना इज दैट स्केल. सो बीट सलमान खान बीट शाहरुख अमिताभ बच्चन कहते उस स्केल तक कोई नहीं पहुंचा. दे माइट हैव सर्वाइव्ड लॉन्गर बट that you know that impact I haven't seen again. So coming from Salman Khan's father, it was really an important statement. So I think these things should be documented because as a lover of commercial cinema and I'm obsessed with Hindi cinema, that's why I write these stories. I love them all. जिनके बारे में भी मैंने लिखा है मुझे बहुत ही fascinating लगती हैं वो stories और मुझे लगता है डॉक्यूमेंट हो जानी चाहिए. अगर अगले 10-15 साल में निकल जाएंगे फिर इट विल बी वेरी डिफिकल्ट टू डॉक्यूमेंट. ये सब चीजें
I
रहेंगी नहीं.
agree.
अभी भी कुछ है तो गुड बैड अगली. आई a lot of people say different things about the books. कुछ तारीफ करते हैं कुछ देते हैं बोले नहीं एकेडमिक और इस कमर्शियल में फंसाते हैं. बट आई डिस्पाइट एवरीथिंग आई थिंक डॉक्यूमेंटेशन इज इम्पोर्टेंट. मुझे लगता है कल इसी से कुछ लेके आप कुछ एकेडमिक लिख देना यार मेरी कोई उसमें कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं है मुझे. बट आई थिंक डॉक्यूमेंटेशन इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट फॉर पीपल लाइक अस who are really interested in this cinema.
I agree entirely. यासिर अब क्या कर रहे हैं आप?
अभी तो यार बहुत बहुत बुरा टाइम है और क्या करेंगे. एंड लास्ट ईयर became very dark with Guru Dutt. I don't know. I never choose. No one knew that this COVID will happen and then lockdown will happen. And this last year, while I was writing the second, the last part of Guru Dutt's book, it became really dark for me personally also. वो सुशांत सिंह हुआ उसके बाद वो सब लॉकडाउन हुआ. We were working from home. I got COVID. And then I was writing constantly about talking to people about Guru Dutt's death, and I was recreating those days, last few days. It became very dark. तो मुझे लगा कि कुछ दिन रुक जाते हैं यार. मतलब समझ नहीं आ रहा है कि what to do or what to write next. Maybe I want to delve into fiction. तो थोड़ा कभी मुझे लगता है ये थोड़ा सा हट जाना चाहिए. It has become difficult to travel. People really don't want to talk in the film industry. किसी के भी बारे में. तो सबको ये लग रहा है कि आप क्यों लिखते हो, क्या प्रॉब्लम है. No, even people who have talked to me in these books, in the first 4 books, are not accessible now. They are like अब रहने दो यार बहुत हो गया. I don't know for some reason से नहीं यार बहुत हो गया छोड़ो किसी को अच्छा नहीं लगता है. So I don't know किसी को अच्छा नहीं लगता है कौन है. So अभी I think I have given it a gap. small gap, but there are many stories I want to tell, Kaveri. तो मुझे लगता है चलते रहना चाहिए.
Cool. But Yasser, it's a fact that people in the industry really have become very careful about what they're saying. And उनके बिना तो ये होगा नहीं ना, ये stories तो बोली नहीं जाएंगी, लिख नहीं पाएंगे.
I don't know. ये मैं, I cannot prove this statement, but I personally believe that if you are so airbrushed, you are so guarded about your life, your events in life, your stories of struggle, how you became successful, how you became a star, there will not be superstars like we had till 1990s, and I am like sure about it. आप कितना भी गार्ड कर लो इमेज को, अगर आप इमेज को गार्ड करोगे और सब कुछ व्हाइट वॉश होगा, तो आप सुपरस्टार या बड़े स्टार्स नहीं बन पाएंगे. that is a fact. So you are harming yourself कि you're not appearing human. संजय दत्त तो इसलिए बड़ा स्टार है ना कि वो ह्यूमन था, हमारी तरह वो ड्रग एडिक्ट हो जाता है, हमारी तरह उसकी
बिल्कुल.
because he was human. When Rajesh Khanna had his downfall, he talked about it. That made him more human. कि यार मैं तो परेशान हो गया था, मैं तो एक बार समंदर तक गया था डूबने के लिए, because I couldn't take it. And रेखा के हस्बैंड ने सुसाइड कर लिया, तो रेखा को लग रहा है कि जिंदगी खत्म हो गई, उसको लोग ब्लैक विच बोल रहे हैं, क्या ब्लैक विडो बोल रहे हैं, क्या क्या बोल रहे हैं. So that made them more human.
Right.
Not these whitewash thing कि अच्छा ये तो अच्छा मालदीव में छुट्टियां मना रहे हैं, कितनी बढ़िया है ना, बिकिनी की फोटो. It doesn't make, I don't understand कि इन लोगों को कोई कुछ बताता क्यों नहीं है. मतलब they're living in a bubble. वो bubble से कुछ नहीं होने वाला.
बिल्कुल. Yasser, what a delight it was to talk to you. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Kaveri. Thank you, Kaveri.
And
lovely.
Just your books, they're so lovely, and always, it's not just a question of masala, it's a question of just reliving those times and that era and doing it authentically. So
yeah, and like I always say, Kaveri, it's more than the book. It's the journey of writing those books, meeting those people who were making films in 1970s, 80s. That is more fascinating for me. And keep writing your columns. You're very inspiring, Kaveri. And thank you so much for having me on your show. Thank you.
Not at all. All the very best.
Thank you. Thank you.